Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a long video because I added in abs along with my arm workout. So this is taking me a while to get this done. We're working it out. We're getting through it. We're working hard. So we started off with a close grip bench here. As you can see, it's I think that's a close grip bench. I don't know. If you're a hater or you got something to say, let me know, because I feel like that's a close grip bench. Then we did hanging leg raises for the ab part of the workout. So essentially what I did was every arm workout I supersetted with an abdominal workout. So every time I got done with my close grip bench, I ran over and did some leg raises. So 3 sets on the close grip bench for 5 reps, 3 sets of the leg raises for 8 to 10 reps. Then we did some close grip underhand pull downs as opposed to doing chin-ups, just because I'm still struggling with some pain in my tennis elbow, the elbow pit. So once again, this is 3 sets, I believe 8 to 10 reps as well. Sometimes I go over, sometimes I don't get as many as I want, but it's just to make sure I'm going to failure. Supersetted that with some incline sit-ups. So we did, I think, 10 to 12 reps of this, but once again, 3 sets for both exercises, supersetting so that we're trying to save time in the gym and get out of there quickly. It didn't work super well. I'm still getting out of there later than I want to be, as you can probably hear me driving in the background. But yeah, this is a good workout, ladies and gentlemen. I felt fucking strong and good, like, besides a little bit of pain in my right elbow, or my tennis elbow, like my elbow pit. Then we did some skull crushers. This was kind of a warm-up set with 90 pounds. We went up to 100 and then 110. 3 sets again for this, 8 to 10 reps, I think. And then we supersetted that with some lying leg raises. So this is leg raises just lying on the ground. You put your hands under your butt a little bit to create a little shelf that makes it a little bit harder. And actually at the same time, I feel like it makes it a little easier, because it kind of, I don't know, you don't want to use the momentum, but you kind of end up using the momentum by accident. But this is 10 to 15 reps. I was getting a little tired by the end of these, but I will tell you, just 1 week later, the ab workout was much simpler than the first week, even with adding in the arms as well. You can tell you might be able to tell I have some pain in that right arm. It just doesn't look the same. I'm kind of dropping my shoulder to try to get that weight up. Yeah, it's a struggle for me, man. I think it's just being older, you know. When you get beyond 35, things just start hurting, even if you're doing things right. Then we supersetted those bicep curls with some cable crunches, is what these are. I think my form was better on a couple other sets of these. Once again, everything's 3 sets. But this is the one I recorded, and I actually watched it back, and I got a little bit closer to the cable and the pulley system to try to kind of get a little bit more of a curve arch, like a kind of a curve in my back, so that I'm actually using the abs to pull the weight down. But you got to start somewhere, and that's where I started. And we did some single arm cable tricep extensions. The workout calls for regular tricep extensions with like a bar or a rope, but I like to do the single arm sometimes, just because I'm trying to isolate that just one arm, as opposed to maybe one arm taking over the movement a little bit, and me just not having that good of mind muscle connection using 2 arms. So that's why I do that sometimes and switch it up. You do you, I do me. Let's go. And then we moved into some bicep curls just on the machine. I was kind of pissed that my arm was still hurting, so I was kind of forcing myself through these. I was like, fuck it. It hurts, but just push past that pain. I don't recommend that to anybody. Don't listen to me as any kind of guidance on injury prevention or recovery, because I'm an idiot and I'll just push through when it hurts until it doesn't hurt anymore. So that's just the way I've always been, the way I've always done things. I don't know. I don't know if it was the way I was raised. You didn't miss school, you didn't miss practice, you didn't miss anything unless you literally were on your deathbed. So that's just the way I think I've carried it all the way into like just training in my older age. So anyways, then we moved into these like cable wood chopper things. Again, these actually felt a lot better this week. I felt more comfortable doing them than I did last week. Once again, everything just takes repetition, and tell me if I'm doing anything wrong. If you're somebody who's familiar with these core exercises and if I'm doing them wrong, let me know. Then we moved into some French press is what it's called. It's not the coffee, it's not the espressos or anything like that. It's basically a skull crusher, but standing behind the head, and you're trying to keep your elbows a little bit tight, and you're stretching those triceps at the bottom of the movement, and then you're extending up. So I like this. I've shown you guys this before, seated, I believe. I don't know if I've shown it standing up, but this is it standing up. I usually do seated just because it's easier to film, not because it's any different really of a movement. And then we went from that to just some standard bicep curls. I'm doing 20 pounds. Like I said, my arms are hurting, guys. Like it's the tennis elbow. By the end of the workout, it's usually kind of flared up, but it felt a little bit better right here. Like maybe I'd warmed things up and it wasn't as bad, but I just am trying to not kill myself too much so that it does have a little bit of time to recover. But after this, we go into the posing, well, group fitness area, but I call it the posing room. And we do our pump check. So you all know what the drill is. Get your rest, get your protein, get your workouts in.
Oh, yeah.
We're going into the weekend. Enjoy yourself, party if you want. But let's get back to it next week. Love you all. Let's go. At the same time, because I like my rest on the weekends, you know? I like chilling. Gotta get that look here. All right, get out there, get your workouts done, get your protein in, and let's party this weekend, get our rest, and get back to it next week.